give your, oh, sorry, got it. I gotta go.
What?
Sally, we're gonna have you get your information, if you want to have discussion, but open meeting law is a little confusing, so we'll have people first and second things that are sitting in the room. And then there won't be conflict in case we misunderstood.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, we all set? Yep. All right, we'll call the meeting to order at 6:04, 3.
something like that. I can look at my,
603.5.
I have 6:03 on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, and Scott's here too. Oh,
Not really public.
Kim is here because she's doing a program and she wants to give you a heads up.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
I am
Good
going,
evening, all.
Hi,
Hi,
Scott.
Scott.
So everyone's here, right?
Everyone's here and we're starting our meeting with Kim because she's gonna
Right.
do a program information session here.
Just want to make sure I get everything recorded correctly. Kim, what's your
So,
last name? Sorry.
Rudwall, Rudwall.
Thanks.
I am going to run a drag queen story time in June for Pride Month. We are a little nervous for
Mhm.
pushback from the community. I have a bio of my drag queen. I know him. He's a friend of my husband. He works with my husband. It's to raise acceptance and awareness and all the things that we should be doing anyways, and outside the month of June, but we're gonna start with the month of June. So I just wanted to make you all aware that that's what I'm planning on doing. It's going to be the last Saturday of the month. I think it's the 23rd or the
26, I wanna
25th.
say.
Let's see,
Okay.
19 plus, or 18 plus 25, I think.
It's the 25th.
Yeah,
Um,
or 26 would be.
it's the 25th, I believe.
Yeah.
Pride Story Time is in my calendar on the
The
25th.
25th.
Okay.
And Christina has also partnered with the Q Community Center in Utica, and they're going to come in as well. And we're gonna just do that.
Does Q mean questioning?
Yeah, well, it's the LGBTQIA. center.
Right, right.
Everybody calls it
The
the
Q
Q.
Center,
Yep, the
yeah.
Q Center.
What time?
What time?
What time? Gianna will be here at 10:30 to read the stories, and then we will do a craft, and I will have a snack for the kiddos. We're only gonna read 2 stories. Normally I do 3.
What age group are you thinking?
Preschool and up.
Wow.
So that's what I'm
And
doing.
they're just simple
His
stories.
bio
that have
is
characters.
Yeah.
That was-
have-
When Kim approached me, I went, oh,
Yeah.
there are people that just will like, that they'll have bots going through social media, pulling this
Well,
information out.
they
No,
can
no,
all
I just
over.
wanted to be ready.
Yeah.
That's what.
I just want to be ready. I
All
plan
should
on
be
being here
over.
that day. I just wanted you to know so that if somebody says something to you, you don't go, what's going on?
People tend to think these things mean you're gonna teach people to
Yeah.
be gay, which of
I
course
know.
it is not.
No,
It's
what I'm
so
doing.
ridiculous.
If you're
It's like,
having an
you know, for
inclusive
kids, it's
story
about a
time
murder.
with
That's
books
what
that
it
have
is.
characters, maybe that have 2 moms or
Yes, yep.
2 dads or
Right.
characters.
He
that-
isn't new at this. And he's
No,
not just
right.
somebody who
He's-
decided he wanted to do it yesterday. It sounds
No.
as if he's been doing this a long time.
He does shows all the time. He's
Mhm.
won some prize money doing drag queen shows. He gives back a lot to the community. He works with my husband. That's how we met him. His is a local resident. He's lived here his whole
Mhm.
life.
Where does he work?
He works at Mohawk Healthcare, the hospital equipment
Oh.
distribution
Oh.
place. Yeah, I don't know.
I know, I was thinking, you know.
Yeah. So he's a really good guy. My husband and I went out with him and his husband, and I had too many drinks.
John Citadino?
Yeah,
Do you
that's
know?
his name.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
John Citadino, the counselor from the, used to work in Holland Patton?
No.
They're not-
No.
It's not the same one.
I don't
Same
think so,
name.
because he's
So
Okay.
it's his cousin.
he's
or
a
something.
he's a Utica resident.
Citadino's a common enough
Yeah,
name.
I
Yeah,
think
it
so,
is.
around
Well, I
here.
was thinking-
Right,
Yeah.
and yeah, John is not an uncommon name either.
No.
Right.
And he also gave email and phone number, I think, or 2 different emails. Yeah, 2 different emails if you guys want to reach out and ask any questions of him.
I can send that electronically or have
Just,
Kim send it
yeah.
to me and then I'll forward it
Just that's
to you.
That's
Yeah,
good.
good.
Yeah,
I
it
wanna
sounds
see
good
how
to
it
me.
works out.
if you
Yeah.
guys have any questions, you can
So we
always
might call
reach
it
out
a
to me.
pride story time.
Instead of a
So
drag
instead
queen.
of a drag queen, in case
No,
there's
yeah.
bots trying
Yeah.
to attach
Well, it's-
themselves.
People fall
Right.
dead.
Yeah.
And it's
that's-
really more what
So
it
this is
is.
for
Yes.
It's like,
children, right? Yeah.
It is. So it's just, he dresses up in women's clothes. Now, if we dress up in men's clothing and I have overalls
I know.
on and whatnot, overalls and flannel shirt, who's going to say, oh, she can't dress like that?
I
So
know.
It's just, it'll take us.
So
Yeah.
what will you do?
He's
Just
gonna
gonna
read.
read stories.
Oh, read
He's
stories.
gonna read a couple stories to the kids, and then we're gonna make a craft, and
Oh,
I'll
okay.
have I'll probably have cupcakes because
Just
I'm
like
that
any
type
kind
of
of
person.
story.
I'm a little scared. I'm not
This is
gonna lie.
how we get people accepted and included
Yes.
in
Yeah,
our
Absolutely.
world is by letting people see
There's-
people in normal
right,
situations.
exactly.
Absolutely, I
Exactly.
agree.
So how will
Read
you-
books
will-
where kids are, where the people are normal characters, not just,
But I was gonna
Yeah.
introduce- How will you be introduced?
He will be introduced by his stage name, which is Gianna. And I will not tell the kids that he is a man. Like, I will just be like, here's Gianna. She's going to read us a couple stories.
Okay.
And therefore, if they notice it or if they have questions, John is there, the Q Center is there. So I don't have to be the expert on that because I'm
Mhm.
not the expert on that. And I think it's just we will be the first local library to do it. I don't think Syracuse has done it yet. I know a library in Albany has done it. So it is scary. It's scary to be the first, but I do think it
Well,
is
yeah, but
important.
think of all the things that,
Yep.
that have been going on in the world that were scary to be
Yep,
the first.
to be the
you know?
first.
We had
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
conversation over there and I said, well, just think women couldn't wear,
I know.
they couldn't
Yeah,
wear
like,
pants to school.
Rose-
And
yeah,
Rosemary
right.
was like,
Oh,
I couldn't wear pants,
I
right?
Yeah, so,
Yeah,
We
so,
couldn't wear jeans. when
We
I was
couldn't
in
Okay.
even college.
so anyway, it's just, you know, it's a process.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Life has
So
changed.
that's exciting. I'm very excited about it. And like I said, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, you can call me, you can email me, you can come find me on the floor because that's where I sit most of the
Yeah, I want
time.
to know
so.
how it goes.
Yeah,
hope
I mean, you
they'll
guys
let us
are more
know.
than welcome to come. Like it'll be open to all ages. I'm not gonna turn anybody away that comes.
Mhm.
So
It'll be after our next board meeting, so we'll know
Yeah.
exactly what's
Okay.
on by then.
yes,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty sure it's 10:30 and he has a show later that afternoon. So he said the earlier the better.
All right, good.
Okay.
Well, thanks so much, Kim. What is the date of that program
That
again?
is
here.
June 25th.
It's the last
The last
Saturday in
Saturday
June.
of June.
Oh, so that's the 20.
That's 'cause-
Pretty sure it's the 25th.
Hmm.
I could be
The
wrong.
25th. Yeah. And I wrote it, I just have it, just
Yeah,
that day.
you're right.
I don't know when it is.
Yes,
But it
but
is-
I'm
it is the
at
25th.
10:30. That's my goal, is
Okay.
to have it at 10:30. So, okay.
All
Let's
right,
go do
thanks.
story time.
All right, go.
Thanks, Kim.
You're welcome.
Nice.
All right, so.
Okay, disposition of the minutes, the previous meeting.
I only have the
I
first.
read that.
I'm like, what did I type wrong this time?
I don't think
April
I've
12th is right. I was driving over here thinking, did I have the right date? Did I?
I know, all this sunshine has gone to my head. I don't know what day it is yet. I'm outdoors all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, there wasn't anything unusual in the, you know, during that meeting.
No.
I'll move to accept the minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what? It isn't the rescue mission. It's
Hmm.
the former Thread of Life thrift shop.
Oh,
What?
okay. I was wondering about that, but you,
Hmm.
yeah.
What is it called?
Under the
Communications.
Communications.
What's it called?
the former Thread of Life
Oh,
thrift
Yeah,
shop.
I remember
so
that.
they're not using rescue mission in there. I noticed. Thread
Is
of
that
Life
what
is-
they are though?
I don't
They
know.
are now,
Yeah,
but
but
I
Thread of
do,
Life is still up there on the
Okay.
sign.
but
But
it's
now they're the rescue mission.
now they're the rescue mission.
So,
So it's the
So-
former
so it is a
Thread of
rescue
Life.
mission.
The
It really
rescue
is
mission
a
must have taken over the building, but it's the
Yeah.
former organization.
But
Thread
it's
of
still a
Life.
rescue
Okay.
mission now.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, I don't. see
Yeah,
why-
yeah,
so-
'cause as far as I know, the Presbyterian churches are gonna be closing before too long.
oh,
Really?
Yeah, I have some friends involved in Presbyterian church.
Wow.
And I know the one in Erskine is going to, and they're pretty sure the Whitesboro one is too.
Oh, so they'll have to go to Utica.
Yeah, there's no there, there's no
Presbyterian
minister.
church is big and.
They have a
it's
they
huge.
have a traveling.
yeah, but the
minister.
First Presbyterian Church already was selling their building in Utica
Ooh.
long time ago.
Well, there
It's
is
been
one in
the market.
Rome.
I don't know. if they-
Okay, anyway.
Anyway,
That's
yeah.
a
So,
side note.
Thread of
Sorry.
Life called you
Okay.
or the rescue mission called you, or are they the same organization?
Well, you know what? We'll just leave it rescue mission because it's
Yeah,
close
okay.
enough.
Yeah, that's.
Okay,
All right, so
Right, that's,
Okay.
really, it's close enough.
Pat made-
Also accept.
okay, so Pat is
As
still making.
corrected or as is?
No, I think we might as well just leave it there because we
Yeah,
don't know
I
what to
think
call
as
them.
is, because
And
it
I'll
is a-
second.
Or we
Okay.
could just say,
Mhm.
we had a, organization donate $2,000
Gotcha.
towards the summer
Is Sally
internship.
still there? Are you still there?
She is
Sally?
the iPhone.
Oh, all right. And John is with us. also.
John Markham, who's a potential
Oh,
board
right.
of trustee member. And
Hello,
then
everybody.
Shar is here and Scott is
Right
here.
there on the bottom. right.
Oh.
Mhm.
John,
Okay.
what's it like?
Markham.
Oh,
The president's report. I wrote something down. Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank Janae for the redoing the stats. It looks very nice. It was like easier to read.
Yes.
And, you know, to look through. I like that. It was good. I enjoyed that. So
Good.
thank you very much to her. And also thank you for the construction grant stats and Pat for suggesting it, because I think that's very valuable, because when people question, you know,
Yeah.
it's easy to say, well, you know, we've got it right here, all the information, and I think that's worthwhile.
It was interesting to me. That doesn't include the, we did have a special legislative grant for $5,000. And the Community Foundation has given us money a couple different times.
That's right.
So I need to investigate what those
Yeah.
were, but it's easy to find the database.
But
of
it
construction
wasn't
grant.
a state construction.
No,
grant.
it was not. These are
another kind of
The only,
thing from,
yes,
from the community,
Mhm.
right?
because we have
And the
had.
third thing is that I did grow marigolds.
Oh,
that you
good,
can use in
good, good.
fun. I don't think there's enough.
That's okay, because we
because-
could put them in groups and
Yeah,
then have big
yeah.
space and then a group,
Yeah.
more like
I-
bushes.
My sister did a lot of unusual plants and donated them to me for my birthday. And so I've run out of room. I only have 3 grow lights.
That's
But
fine.
I do have marigolds. I just don't think I have enough to cover the whole thing.
Okay,
And they're not quite ready, but
Yeah.
it's not time yet anyway.
no,
So
end of May, usually it's good.
Mhm.
I'll set with that.
Good.
The financial reports. First of all, the expenditure and revenue reports for March.
That's right.
I made copies.
I can make
For
a
those
motion
here.
for that one. To accept.
I don't know if you guys want copies. I feel bad if you're in the room and I don't give them to you.
Well, you gave
I
me
have
one.
already got them on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
So I can stop copying them. if you want me to.
Yeah, because like.
Well, it's a waste, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't copy them next time. I'll do the agenda.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And the first page, you still want me to do the first page of the minutes? I don't do all, you know, all the,
No,
No,
I-
Attachments,
no, I just
because those
read
don't change.
through it, yeah.
Yeah. okay.
Okay, the expenditure. and-
I move to accept the expenditure and revenues report.
Okay, and I will second that.
Okay. Got the abstract of claims here.
And it's, look at that,
It's a big
50%
one.
through the year and only 41%.
Yay.
spent. All right.
That's good.
I don't know how that's happening. Shar probably
Well,
has
you
it.
know what,
A
I think
footnote.
what happens, those bills that only come
Yeah.
once a year or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's
Yeah,
the
there's a
construction
couple
grant
things
too.
where
It's
we
very
haven't
confusing because
spent
construction
anything.
gets a different pot of money.
Yeah, employee retirement, we haven't spent anything.
So that obviously
But
is
even
going
if
to
it
be close
balances,
to that.
even if we
So.
know it'll balance out, it's good to know we're
Yeah,
ahead
it's
rather
good to
than
know we're on
behind.
that side, not the other side.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Shar. And
Okay, so I will,
the abstract of claims.
are we on that abstract of claim?
Yeah, the total is $196,451.72.
Okay, I will move to accept that.
Okay.
Do we have a second for the abstract of claims?
If we keep it to the people in the room, just in case there's some,
Oh, all
you
right,
know,
sorry.
I mean, I welcome that for sure for
Yeah.
discussion, but just in case open meeting law gets
Yeah,
fuzzy,
true.
it
All
would-
right,
then we know.
I'll
All right.
second, Pam.
Okay.
thank you.
Okay,
We're cool. Minutes.
on with the
Yes.
finance,
Finance.
we're on to the director's
Director.
report.
Okay. You know, I always think that I'm gonna get to a new format, but then I look through my calendar and it's, the appointments are telling. So, work on Dunham House, I did take a gazillion pictures just now before the meeting, if anybody wants to flip through my phone. Things are going well, the walls are so close to being ready for paint, ceilings are nice, floors are being leveled, they created a new wall, 2 walls on the eastern side of the front, second floor, east side, and then roadside, and they used tie rods to connect the floor to the wall in
Oh,
5
nice.
spaces, which is what this is all about. I
Yeah.
alluded to it last time, so
Right,
there's
right.
a change order, but I think this is the last major change order. So that happened, so the floor had to come up and they did all that, and then they leveled the floor in that office that never was leveled before.
Oh, yeah. they
We,
kind of-
yeah, in Janae's old office, crazy. Everything else is coming, like the kitchen is pretty much done. You can see it. I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of weeks that the walls are gonna be painted, and we're getting
good.
there,
Oh,
right?
good.
So, the kitchen cabinets should be ready like the 3rd or 4th week in June. And they will start, I think, in the next couple of weeks, digging that like trench around Dunham, the house to tie the foundation together and all of that. So it's coming, and it looks better than I thought it could. Because I thought the walls were just too far gone, and they literally cut out some plaster that was not on the stairwell. There was a bump in the wall. They just cut it out, went down to the brick, and then just smoothed over, and
All right.
unbelievable. So they
Yeah.
cut lath and stuff out of that section and just
Wow.
fixed it, and they're doing a very nice job. So I had a phone meeting. I honestly don't remember what that phone meeting was about, just like kind of updates with Julia Marshall and Janae. We went into Dunham House to try to figure out, how offices will be set up a little bit, and to think about some stuff. So there was a New York State construction grant training session. So stop. Is this right? Yes. Oh my goodness. The last meeting we had was April 13th. It seemed like that was a really long time ago. I thought, wow, did I print the wrong one?
Yeah, because we met on the 12th.
Right, so
yeah.
then there was a construction grant training, and then we have to submit what we're going to submit by the end of June and that kind of thing. And I popped in to talk to Eli about the kitchenette, because I just wanted to, if we could be pushed up, and he did have 2 kitchens that were pushed back. So we were pushed forward, so it'll happen a little quicker. And survey questions are always, that was just one of those, if you're going to do some plan of service and whatnot, it's tucked back there. I'm not using it right now. We have progress meetings every 2 weeks, and Julia, Kevin, and I do. So we just, the little details of whatnot. We had a snow day. I couldn't believe
I
that.
know, well, everything was closed.
It was just crazy. It was, yeah. So when power was out, Herkimer County was out for more than a day.
Oh, yeah.
We lost power at our house for like, I don't know, 8-10 hours, something. I don't even know. But anyway, beside the point, we're gonna keep moving.
That's what you get living in the country.
We had, I know, right? Normally we lose power for, I don't know, the lights
Yeah,
flicker. It's
whatever.
annoying. You gotta reset your clocks, but it's usually not for more than an hour. Anyway, so Rotary, we meet twice a month, and Shar and Janae are doing a lot of work on policy. I don't think it's like hours and hours, but once a week they look into finding them and putting them, and they're getting there. And
Nice.
Shar, if
Good.
she is available, she might not be. She said she had some things she's weaving in and out of the meeting.
I'm here.
Oh, good. So I don't know if you wanted to say anything about the policy folders and all of those things.
I mean, we're just really starting on it. We're getting together all the suggested policies that we should have, and we either don't, or they're randomly in different places. We're just getting them together. I think we got about 4 or 5 already where they belong, and we're just gonna delve into the other like 30 that we should have.
Right. So they're creating a list of the ones we need to have. And then, they'll go out and fact finding missions, see if they're on the Mid-York site, and maybe,
Right.
draft possibilities or whatever we might create.
I have so many papers.
That's what they're doing. It's a digital version. We don't have it printed. I mean, we can print them,
No,
what
I
we
just
have,
wondered if there's
but
some
there is
updates.
not a printed version
There's
of
only
it.
things that change.
I know, that's the
And so
problem.
right now, they're basically inventory, seeing what we have,
Right.
what we don't
Yeah.
have, putting what we have in one
Yes.
folder online so that people can access it.
And we could share that folder with you, and you could go through the,
Right,
the
that's all right.
digital
I just
version
didn't know.
of that. We don't, we like the personnel policy
I mean, do I
manual.
get rid of all
We-
these hundreds of papers? that I don't know?
No, right? So
Oh
you
my
could just
God.
access the one online, and then, it'll always be there and updated. That's
Right,
part of it.
That's what's great.
Rotary had a canal cleanup. In all honesty, I had a procedure done on my back on the 20th, so I was there and kind of there a little bit, but I didn't really do it. I took pictures, so I didn't bend over and clean things up. Okay, this is the Dunham House construction change order. Number 3 is in the amount of $37,380. So we'll vote on that maybe at some point, I don't know, later on in the agenda. I know we talked about it, but I'd like it officially written that you approved that. Okay, and asset mapping webinar. So that was yet another thing I'm storing, and then I have the recording. There are library first amended audits that go on, and basically the Ask a Lawyer, she did a nice workshop saying that what we need to do is, what they are first is people can come in with, say, a recording device, even their phone, and they want to take a video and they want to be in your face about, they have freedom of speech, but they don't really have freedom to record you. Because she kept saying, be boring, don't get upset, because if you get upset, then they put the video up and then it's clickbait and people click on it and it goes viral and you look like an idiot. Just be calm. And you say to them over and over, you do not have the right to use my image for personal gain or a financial gain. So if they post it and they have advertising on their site, technically that's not okay. And that's one of those policies that we probably should have, saying that you can't record staff or whatever. You can be in the building and there might be a designated place that you can do recordings. For example, in the community room, we might not want to outlaw videos because we might want to do a promotional video on a children's program. So you see the kid back of the kid's head and you see the puppeteer up here.
You don't have any problem with the people in the game group taking a video and posting it on their site.
Yes. So it would be, and we could say, and we need to figure out what we want to say. But the idea is that we're boring. We should just be boring.
Well, yeah, they don't have the right to post pictures of staff or other patrons without written permission from those people.
That's right.
They are not supposed to. So that was what it was about, all those kinds of things. And yes, we are public, we're public servants, shall we say, but that doesn't mean that we should be abused. Kind of. So it was annoying. It was one of those, it's like, can I retire yet? No.
I know.
Sometimes there's these things, I get
But it's
irritated.
good for you to know
It's
it.
like, leave me alone. Okay, and then we had HNY Environmental Services came to check that the asbestos was removed from that bay window. So that was noteworthy. We have a weekly directors meeting, and I don't always make them, but I did make the ones on the 27th and the 4th. And it's I don't know. It's good. Usually they're good. They're not about anything specific. There's a really nice oak table that I found out that Oneida has and they're willing to get rid of. So on Memorial Day weekend, my husband has, this is what he wants to do on his day off. They have forced days off, right? The school's closed. I said, well, it's not raining on one of those days around the holiday weekend. Maybe we can drive to Oneida and go get it. So they're keeping it for us, but it's nice. And I think it'll look nice in our library because it has oak side panels and it has a cleanable surface on the top. And so anyway, just little things like that. And I was home because my husband had COVID. So I did listen to Elon Musk talks about Twitter and Tesla and artificial intelligence and the future of this and that. And it was, it really was loosely connected to my life.
Yeah.
But
he's interesting, but it's hard to focus with him.
Well, I can be hard to focus with too. I can relate. So then I did the ethics and conflict of interest with the trustee handbook. So I'm going with that. It was good though, again. Okay, Riley Dam is our Eagle Scout, and they worked on the pollinator garden on May 1st. They made beautiful bluebird houses that are on the front fence. And they even have this little a little brass door hole kind of thing. It's just a little, but it's pretty cool because it acts as molding, right? You didn't have to be perfect with that cut in it, but it's stylish. And they stained them in a slate gray. And then out back, they have bee houses, not, I mean, they're not honeybees because honeybees are different.
Right.
They're, I don't know which kind, I should know, but they put all these little holes, different sizes
Oh,
in the
yeah,
wood.
yeah.
They built those. We're working on the raised bed. If you go out back, don't be alarmed. It's a cedar pole that they made this raised bed out of, and I'm hoping that maybe it can be reworked. It looks a little rustic. So I did make mention of that. I did want a raised bed, but not like necessarily a 4x8 made out of a
Yeah.
pole that, and then the rounded part is to the inside. There's no
Oh.
miter joints, and I'm thinking in a rainstorm, all that mulch might go into the neighbor's
Yeah.
back neighbor's
Yeah.
yard.
Right.
So we're working on that, so don't be alarmed on that, but the houses, they did a really nice job with, and the village helped with mulch. They brought a
good.
truckload
Yeah,
for the Boy
good.
Scouts,
Well, good.
and they said we could keep it also, we're gonna be putting that all around, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're
all
gonna
you
be able to mulch the whole property.
All you're doing to give them feedback, that's part of the whole learning.
It is,
experience of
right?
being
Yeah.
an Eagle
And
Scout.
even-
Anyway, They gotta
That's
work
all the
with their
weeds that I pulled
customers.
out my garden all year.
You know, they've gotta work with their customers. and learn how to deal
Exactly,
with
and
people.
even
That's all
if they
part of
don't
it.
rebuild, I mean, it can all come apart, it's substantial wood, right? And it could be just a narrow raised bed along the whole fence, it doesn't have to be this. So it was vague, and it's just not perfect, so
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah,
work on
that's
that.
okay.
And then bank deposits and CLRC, I did go to that one this morning. So what did I learn this morning at CLRC? Just what's going on and who's retiring, who's doing what, the new Syracuse person at the school, and how he's going to be making, he's probably not gonna come visit out here, but he's visiting some of the libraries in the Syracuse area. So that's kind of the highlights of what happens, and just all these people are doing all kinds of things. And the staff, the staff reports too, beyond like circulation and programming and all that, you have those reports. We also, and I don't know, okay, so my director's report, I can come to a close. Old
Yeah.
business
Old
is
business.
construction. Is this old business? I don't know.
Yeah, probably, because we talked about.
Right, we
Yeah,
talked about
yeah, right.
change orders.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to, I mean, you're welcome to look at it, but the gist of it is that, well, it's difficult to read in all honesty because it's so tiny. But these were our architect approved, but they're just different things with the change orders. So
So
it
this is a
total-
different change order than the.
this,
ones
we did one
approved?
and two, the first,
Right.
the
Yeah.
last one. So this one deals primarily with so there's $7,000 that goes in here for new concrete footers, southwest corner. We're extending that, so the footer wasn't gonna stop, but it's extending around the corner because the engineers recommended, since they saw that. So
Mhm.
that's an extra $7,000. And then there is, and it was just includes and then all the connecting things that go with that. Okay, that wasn't $7,000, I lied. It's 2,777. And then there's another thing. So those two things. Okay, that was the tie rods. Was the
Which you
2,077,
mentioned last time.
and then there was the 2,000 to pour more stuff. And then there's masonry repair, and that's a little different. And then there's the it's a little baffling, but our architect did approve the work to be done, and it has to do with more footers, more rebar. There was also infill vestibule, lath, plaster ceiling as required, repaint vestibule ceiling, and those kinds of things that were there before. So it goes back and forth, materials and labor, and you can look over the all of it
And yeah, what
if
was
you'd
the
like to.
total?
Yeah, so what's?
It's it's $37,380.
Okay.
Was
Oh,
either
that's a-
digging up more stuff, so then there's, more, I know, right?
So that's
It-
more than what we thought, right?
This is in addition, yes,
Yeah.
this is in addition, but we also, in fairness, there's a 10% slush.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think we've used the slush now,
Yeah.
is what it's saying,
Yeah.
right? So that's
So did
kind
you
of,
use it?
we had the whole bid, oh dear,
I don't
keep numbers in my head very well.
I don't know.
Because
So-
we approved 22,327
Last time.
Last
And
time.
this
And then
is,
this is
this change order is
37,380.
correct. Well, let's see.
So
So,
we're dealing
I
with
mean,
60,000.
So if we're going over what we had planned, right?
Mhm.
So where's that money coming from?
It's coming from our operating, or not our operating, but our, the money that we have in Bank of Utica, which
Okay,
we
I
have
know that.
plenty of money
We have
to
some
cover
money.
that, yeah.
Okay, so we're not, okay, so we're okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
We're-
it's
we're
not as
totally
though
okay.
we're going to have to delete things.
But
from
don't
the
we
operating
have,
budget.
So
yeah, can we take money out anytime?
Yes.
I
anytime,
thought we
that is
had-
just literally,
I
a
thought
checking
we had, what do you call?
the only time we can't take something out is at those CDs.
Oh, that's
CDs, that's what I'm
different.
saying.
But this is not in
So
CD.
this is a separate.
It's not in a separate account because we knew we were gonna be using it. So we
Mhm.
haven't put it in a separate account. And we don't technically, it's like our fund balance, but our fund balance isn't technically in anything separate.
It's on paper, it's,
Right.
It's mentally
it's-
separate
yeah,
for our
accounted
construction.
separate.
So does that show anywhere how much money we have? you think?
You want, yes, right here we have it.
Yeah,
So, but the only thing that doesn't show up is our, what's that other account, the down account? we have?
That's here
No,
too,
that's
though.
all there.
It's all here.
They're all there.
Even though we use that one.
Yeah.
Right, we could
Like
use that at
something,
any time.
you know, like.
And we use
staff
it like for
development
somebody
things.
retires or we have to buy.
Isn't it right here? Where did it go?
Well, it's not always in there necessarily.
That's all
Oh,
right.
it's more recent, so Shar might still have it, but I could show you, there's,
Yeah,
Oh, okay, don't worry about it.
I look at it and go, oh my God. But I know, see, like this project, but then it's the next one,
Yeah.
it's the second floor.
Right.
So it looks like there's a bit in there right now because we're gonna need a lot,
Yeah.
right? But this project is not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Right,
how far, I mean,
but this is it, this is our change order, we're done with change orders.
okay, I was gonna say, how far along is
Yeah.
the project, 50%,
Yeah.
75%?
This addresses things that haven't
Because they've
happened yet.
already done all the stuff.
They've
with
uncovered all the
everything,
messes.
and now the rest is just
Yes.
putting it all
Putting it
together
together,
and
yeah.
doing what we want.
And I
so.
could make you a copy of that if you can read font size
That's
6.
No, I
But,
just wanna see it.
yes,
Okay.
please. So it was all these, and Julia is pretty good at this, our architect is
Yes,
making sure
right,
that we're,
yes.
and then there's just the discussion that we have with Julia on what's happening and what's different. And that there was an engineer involved in, so that I'm sure there's engineering fees for the extra to look at once they uncovered the wall,
Mhm.
right? So it's all in there.
Okay.
So this should be it,
Yeah,
With-
this looks sensible.
unless something really weird happens in the ground,
Yeah.
but I don't think
Yeah, I
so.
wonder when they.
I know,
go
right?
On the outside,
Yeah,
because that's what we were worried about in the beginning.
yeah.
I wanted to take the house.
But that's
down.
why that's why we're
Right.
digging up, so we can put that rebar
Right.
into the
Yeah.
old foundation.
Yeah, 'cause that's
When we're done with this, I mean,
Mhm.
it'll need windows and probably a AC upstairs, but the windows are actually not bad. Not in my tenure, we're gonna have to worry about the windows that are.
I'll make a motion to approve the.
Thank you. Okay, so that's,
I'll
oh, I
second.
see that, I put it under new business, look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sorry. We can move it if you want to.
No, that's fine.
I always get confused about new and
Yeah.
old. It's
I
new,
mean,
this
it's a new
particular thing
change
is new.
order, so we'll leave
I
that
guess it's if
alone.
we table something.
Yeah.
Right.
That's old business, and we didn't table this, I just
Okay.
alerted you to it last time.
Pam, you.
I'll make the
I'll
motion.
second.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was a sensible, when you read it, it makes sense.
Yeah,
What
it's-
has to be done
Mhm.
where.
Right, it does, it breaks it down,
Sounds good.
what has to happen. So now another thing that I don't have written on here, we received a pilot payment. Payment in lieu of taxes
Yeah.
for Wolf's Feet.
Mhm.
Shar, I don't know how much that is. Are you there? She might not be there. We don't have to do it right now. We did receive the check. And what I'd like to do is to put it in.
I'm here, sorry.
Oh, hi. I wanted, do you happen to know how much the pilot check was for?
It's about $1,600.
1,600, and that's 3 months?
Yes.
Okay, at least this one to do $1,600. We have, and not to, I'm not gonna mention any names, but we had, so we had 2 people out during the April break because they, family vacation, and then we had that all figured out. It was all good. Then another person lost his father. So again,
Yeah, somebody
it's
else
ju-
is out.
and somebody else was out, right? And then the next week I was out, which is not such a crisis because if I'm out, then I do my stuff from home.
Right.
And so I was out because my husband got COVID. And then there's another staff member out this week because their child got COVID, then they got COVID, now their husband has COVID. So we are, we're okay. Everybody seems to be okay. Oh, and we have another person who's out also. And so they can't come to work. So we have, then our part-time staff has to be paid to work
Right, they have
more.
to fill in, yeah.
So I would like to put this $1,600 into the salary line because we just have weird expenditures that we don't normally have because we plan on people's vacation. We can't plan on all the sick time. And there was another person sick for a different reason because, husband needed to be doing, care or whatever. So we're okay right now. If you look at our budget line for salaries, I think we're on point. But I think that we may need it to go there for that reason.
Well,
Do I
if
have
we
a-
don't, if it turns out that.
And
we
then it
don't,
just
we can always
rolls
transfer
over
it
and
if
we're
we
done.
Need it somewhere else.
Right.
So
Well,
what
the benefit is $1,600 when we
where
do it.
it's not a fortune, but it
No,
would
yeah.
take the edge off for me
Right.
saying, oh yeah, we can have Kelly work rather than 12 hours a week, she can work 17.
Because
that
that's
kind
not
of
much money,
thing.
$1,600.
It's not,
Yeah.
but it's,
But it
it's
helps.
a lot of hours.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hours of somebody working. So we are 50 through the year and we're only 48
Right.
through salaries.
Right.
But I thought if we put that in there, we wouldn't panic
I think
about.
that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
I
And
do
so,
too.
because it's not
And
a
then-
huge amount, and then if, at the end, when we're trying to balance everything toward the end of the budget. we can
That's just
transfer
3
it.
months
Well,
though.
who's
That
making the
was
motion?
January, February,
I
March.
wrote it down.
Okay.
But
Motion,
And
who's
do we need a
who's
motion
making
for
the
that?
we have,
motion?
I think we
Yeah,
have,
I
I
think
don't know, we
I
have
think
this
we
money
do.
that is not, so we acknowledged, maybe we acknowledge it,
Like,
like
wait a minute, where's the $1,600 coming from?
it came from Wolf Speed, so it's payment in lieu of taxes that
So-
we didn't know was gonna start yet. Maybe that was
I-
our
when I
fault,
So
saw
I
it
don't
on
know if we
TV,
do.
I was like, how soon are we gonna get any money?
right?
Oh,
So this
okay.
is the January, February, March, maybe April, May, and June will go somewhere else, because we
Yeah.
won't need it, right? Maybe
Right.
we'll put it into a different budget code that's getting tight.
So is it necessary
know.
every
I
time?
don't know.
to-
I don't know,
I
that's
think
what I'm
that's,
saying.
I don't think that's
I don't
necessary.
know.
That's where we're gonna put it. I think though, if we change a budget line,
Yeah. if you
It
put
never
that-
hurts
if you
to
put it in
have a
there-
motion in a second that's
Right.
unneeded.
Alright.
I
Yeah,
think
just to put it because you put it in a different place.
All right, I move that we put the pilot, the 3-month pilot payment into the salary line
okay.
for this 3 months.
And I-
Yeah.
and I'll
January,
second- I'll
February,
second
March.
that.
okay,
And I will second that.
Oh,
thank you. But I think
Yeah.
just do Pat's and
Okay.
you could put his in parentheses if you want to. Okay, so that, I dealt with the pilot thing. I'm done.
Nothing else? No
I don't think I have
communications?
anything else.
John, are you there?
Oh, John's here. Yes.
For me,
She's a fly on the wall.
Is
Hi,
there
John.
I'm,
any-
yeah,
it is-
I'm the fly on the
public
wall.
comment. Is there anything you would like to say or ask?
No, just listening. Thank you.
Okay,
okay, sounds good.
and we have no need of an executive session?
Do not.
No, anyone?
I was
No.
very vague on my needing to put pilot. It's not a problem. It's just
Okay.
life.
I'll move that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay.
Right. Right. Did we
And
answer
it's-
everything?
43.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, it took a while. Okay, so.
Good night,
Anything,
all.
we're good?
All good things.
Thanks. Good night, Shar.
Okay,
See you,
thank
Shar.
you all.
Good night, Scott,
Good night.
Shar,
Thank
Kelly.
you.
Good night.
Thanks.
Barb.
Take
Good
care.
night.
See you, Scott.
Great.
All right,
Our
bye,
next
guys.
Meeting will be
See you,
June
John.
That'll be after the budget.
14th,
Yeah.
right, after the budget,
Budget,
that's
yeah,
true. I
budget's
should have
next
told
week.
people to vote. Please vote next Tuesday.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
Where you vote? Down Parkway?
Yeah.
my
Okay.
son will get married on the 10th. So as far as I know, I'll be.
June 10th, yeah.
June